also unlock the hot dog outfit. Okay. I should probably find...
Is there a car that's a boat? Because I feel like a car's a boat.
Boom. All right. So I ended up flashing our account name. So this little bar up here is blocking it. So I had to restart. So we're going to go over my strategy, and we're going to talk a lot about wobbly life. But I basically wrote a article. It's probably like a 3-page article. And if you guys want my setup inside that article on my LinkedIn, you're just going to figure out who I am to find it. I have a setup, this exact setup with all these charts of some of the top moving stocks, the best stocks that are out there to trade. Obviously there's a bigger pool and a lot of these are higher priced, but nonetheless, this is a good pool of stocks to trade, especially if you're trying to trade options.
That I'm going for right now is kind of hard for me.
So we got Amazon here. If I look at everything right now, all these setups, we have a long-term moving average here. All right. And we're trying to figure out in relation to it where we are. So a lot of people use the 200. We use the 365. And let's just look. At which setups favor us based off of the moves. So here you can see we have.
Okay, I know where a present is, but I just do this one's not the jelly pie.
So I told you you're going to learn a lot about wobbly life too. I'm looking for a flat 365. So out of all these charts, this one's okay. That's angled. Little angle. I think the best one at anything is the SPY, all right? And if you look at where the 365 is now and you draw a line over, look at this move. See this big move? We're about in the dead center of that move. And look what happened in the dead center of that move.
Go away. Go.
So we got choppiness in this zone. So the best breakup points would be right about here on the top of the bottom of this choppiness, and then here at the top here.
Why does that dumb...
So if I'm looking at the SPY on my moving average, I know that if I get a big candle that goes above this point and below this point, we're going to get a move most likely to the next 2 points. You see how that works? So we'll most likely get a move here. We'll most likely get a move here. So I'm going to pull it up, SPY. Why did that not transfer over? That's weird. Anyways, we're looking at this play here, and we see, when we stretch it out a little bit,
why does that darn tentacle keep coming?
that we have our 365 moving average here.
Go.
And if we run it back to yesterday, we get this consolidation zone right here.
Why is this so hard? Why is
Boom.
Dad.
Boom.
Daddy, the tentacle keeps coming out.
You're gonna have to figure it out, buddy. I'm making a video. Gotta have to figure it out. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so we got this here is the chop range. If we break past this on the 365, that's going to be considered. It's probably going to go back to down to this point here, or this point right here.
Found one of the wizard's presents.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Okay. You can take me.
So 543.81, 543.81 exactly, and then 540. What's the low? 57, 540, 80. 540, 52. So 540, 49. 540, 49. That'd be the entry. Boom or boom. If I zoom in, where is a lot of the action happened here? Where's a lot of the action happened here if you look to the left? To the left, a lot of the actions happen down here. So this is going to be tougher to fight through than going up to the north side for the most recent action. So a lot of the action that's most recent, the fresh action's right here. All right. So this would indicate that it would be tougher to go lower and break than it would be to go higher and continue off to this point here. And if it breaks this point, oh my God, that's going to launch. If it touches it, then that's still a good trade. That's going from, if you can get in at the 365 here, or the break of this is 543, 44, 5, 6, 7. That's 3 points for a 2-point risk. And if you hold for that break, well, now you have a brick wall right here. You got the 365. 541.32, 541.30. It's almost perfect. So we have the 5-minute. Or the 1 minute 365, because this is a 1 minute chart. We have this lining up exactly with the 365 here. Look at that green line. This is lining up exactly with the 365. This thing is going to move. I don't know what direction it's going to move, but I know that once it breaks out of this box, because this is the halfway point of the movement, and this is where the choppiness happened. Once it breaks out of this box, oh my God, this thing's going to go 544 or 540. It's just going to drop. I hope it goes lower because the tight stop is way tighter. So it's 540, 49, 50, 540, 40. That's a dollar. That's a dollar risk. So if it goes south, but granted, like the candle could start here and then just launch, right? It could start, it depends on what you're trying to do here. I'm trying to get in at the 3 minute, 4 minute mark. That's my main goal. Because if I'm getting in at the very last end of the candle, that's when the candles extend out and they hold. So very interesting chart here on the SPY. That's a good play. That's the best play because the 365 is leveled out. All right. But now we have all these downward. The Tesla, look at Tesla's 365. Let's take a look at Tesla because that one looks really good as well. So Tesla has this giant move down here. And now, first of all, look at this gap it has to fill. Look at this. If we break, this is the hour chart in this bottom right corner. If we break this high, we get all the way to 245, 243, 245. Wow. So Tesla has some strong upside with this momentum coming in if we can break this high. Below is the 365 and the 200. So if we pull down here to the 200, 205.50, that might be a good bounce play. But that's a move. So we're looking at this move here. I see from here down to here is a giant red move. Where's halfway at that point? Halfway of that point is at the same point where this breakout would be to fill the gap up. So that's a huge point. Usually if a stock stays within the bottom third of that move, it's gonna have continuation down. So that's the move. This would be more realistically right here. But that's the move it's made over the past day, 2 days. And now we're in this zone. So what's the most likely scenario for this one to go? You know, let me draw the 365 in here too now on this chart. Boom. So the 365 lines up with the almost perfectly with the 30-day on this chart. If you look at the short-term volatility here, this is a clear break. If this breaks this level, 225, it should be probably 226.01. That should be probably the break. That should be the break.
What this is like a box.
And the break here would be this. That's a safe break right there. So 219 to 216, 17, 18, 19. So 3 points, 226, 19, 20. That's a little big. Okay. Love you. Bye. Boom. You could go for that break.
Oh, won the present.
You can go for the break in this candle. This is pretty close to the same size. And if it breaks that, we're probably gonna hit some resistance here. We're probably gonna bounce. But that's a candle you could play the break on.
I think I know.
Yeah. So my opinion, this is where we're consolidating on this. If we break this is just clear skies up to the head. That's going to be the gap close reversal. It hasn't closed this gap. So the best play on this is north, and it's for a big move. It's for 227 to 245. So if that happens, that's 7 points. So you'd risk on this 218 to 220, 18, 19, so 6 points. So it would be a 1-to-1 unless you get in closer to here. If you got in closer to here, it could be a 1 to friggin' 10. 1 to like 13. So the upside has good, and the downside, it has to break through this. That's a lot of support. That 200 moving average and 365, man. But if it does, the other thing is if it does, expect to see, us to visit, down to the, 190, 180 level. Most likely we get a gap close reversal. We get a gap down. Most likely we get a strong gap close reversal here. That was on the day. Excuse me.
I'm so sorry.
The hour.
Dad, this last present is not going to be hard at all. This is the last present that I need to find, and luckily I do know where it is. It's in his tent. It's in the wizard's tent. I know why I didn't go for that one first.
I'm good. There's a coffee in there, right?
Did you just say Dunkin' Donuts?
So yeah, that's what I'm looking at here. That's my vision. I'm seeing a big down move. So I'm seeing a retracement of 50%. So the chances of us, seeing that strong move low again is pretty good. All right, let's do that.
Thanks for watching this video.
And
This is way to go and find all of the wizard's presents.
Not really interested in the other ones. NVDA possibly. NVDA looks like a possible double top, you know, boom, boom, boom situation. Amazon is the next best one. I guess I'll run through Amazon real quick.
For the last present, you have to this way. And then go back to the wizard's hut.
Amazon's move here. It's sitting here. Amazon looks like it's sitting at the highs of this move from yesterday. So we had a touchdown to here. Sitting at the highs here. We have on the hour chart, we're bouncing off the 30-day. So above 182.93. So above this, it's looking pretty. It's looking pretty to the north side. Because then it has two speed bursts. So it has this.
I might have to.
And it has this. So if we get a momentum coming into that and it breaks those two, oh my God, this thing's going to 186. If you look to the left, the resistance is all below it. We're coming in with a flat 365, a flat 30-day that just pulled above. Man, this one looks good. All right. Let me see. The 5 years right here too. So I'll blast through that. We got consolidation here. It's even on the 1 minute candles. And then we just have speed bursts. So we have that one to blow to pass that one. That one will give it more momentum to go. Amazon is my, now that I'm looking at it, check it out on the 1 year, 1 day chart. Oh yeah. Look at this. We just came down and double bottomed on that. Oh man. Okay. Amazon 189, 86, 87. So right around this range would be a target. Which is, right near, the double top over here, which is nice. It's right near it. It's the meat of it. All right, so Amazon's the play. We get some upward momentum pushing through here. It's gonna look really nice. Oh yeah, and then we got the 365 on the 1 hour. Never see that thing. So Amazon's looking very promising. We do have the gap below. We do have this gap. So we could end up closing that and then going.
I think I just heard someone beat that.
But if I start seeing a move over this red line, which I'm going to set an alert for.
I'm on top of the police
Okay.
station.
I'll be watching you. So Amazon looks good. We got about a half hour into the open.
Ow.
We looked over Tesla SPY. These other ones have.
Down.
I want to see some more out of this because that one's just. This one, if anything, you would expect a rejection off of Microsoft. Same with Google. Q's pulled above. It looks like it's flattening out on the Q's now too as well. This is my favorite formation. When it comes up like this, comes down and then bounces. See how this is coming down a little flatter now? The Q's.
Is it here?
Yeah. It blew past the previous week high. Let's go on the weekly candles. I must have had this set up from here. So this blew past the previous week high here, came back down. We're actually above this, which makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. You're going to bounce off that strong level. And this is the previous week support that I had here for this little play. 30-day here. Could get a push down to the 30-day. If we cross 451, if we cross the support, like this thing is just going to flood. Well, yeah, obviously. We got this move up. And we're sitting at 50% of this move up here. Right here. This is an extremely strong play. We have one speed burst here. We're above the 5-year. So right here, above this point would be huge. And it would be, I would expect it to come down here and retest. Look at this. Boom. Hey, what's up?
Hey, good morning. How are you doing?
Good. Hey, you want to talk to the boys? All right, so wrapping up here. Wrapping up here. It's my game plan. I love this play too.
Hi, Papa Paul. And here, Papa Paul. Hi, Papa Paul. And here, Papa Paul. Hi, Papa.
How are you guys doing?
Really?
You eat breakfast?
Over here, Papa Paul. I have tried beers right now.
Hi, how are you both doing?
I have tried beers right now because Mommy gave me this red berry and blueberry.